Welcome back, everybody. As promised, we are here ready to actually stain a cabinet. This is a process that's over thousands of years ago that was done in Ireland and is now actually happening here in Canada, thanks to a very creative gentleman. So Darragh, show me how this works. Let's get going. So tell me what's here. I mean, we're now, there's a countertop, and I'm just going to be descriptive for those that are listening.
Sure. Okay.
For those that are viewing, of course, they have the advantage of that.
So we have our stain, which we saw earlier.
So that is our walnut that I actually
stain.
drank. So this is the walnut and water stain. Okay.
Here we have our shellac that we make ourselves.
So when we say shellac, what part of the process is that?
We shellac to seal the stain.
Okay.
Once we get it done.
So once you're done staining, we're going to shellac it. And this is something that you make as well.
We make this ourselves too. So this is kind of strong. It's
it is
denatured alcohol. You can smell. It's like alcohol.
It smells like booze.
With the glycerin and shellac.
Okay.
Shellac. We use blonde shellac, and shellac is from beetles, as you know, right? So and shellac is on everything. It's on your nail polish. It's on your apples, on your pills,
process.
and that's what seals. I have another piece of wood that will do this. These are the pigments we use.
So when you say pigments, so this is a white powder.
So this is a powder.
Okay.
Right, and this is a really cool powder.
All right.
So,
so it's just like, it looks like baby powder.
Yeah, looks like baby powder.
All right.
So believe it or not, this here is that color.
Okay, so you've put the pigment in here. So now you've got a yellow, you've got a green.
That's right.
And a soft blue.
Yeah, this is a green, but you can see as it's settled, the pigments have settled, you can see the different colors. They're layered because of the different weights in the pigment.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of the reds will have iron in it. So they're heavier pigments, so they'll settle to the bottom. So in this green, there's like cobalt blue, there's ochre, and there's a few different other pigments.
There's a variety.
But as you shake it up, it becomes a really nice green. That's the green I told you we made the other day.
Excellent. This is a popular color, everybody. So for those of you that are listening, check out realestatetalkshow.ca. This video will be on there, so you can truly see the color. And of course, this is the one that we're going to apply.
You decide. This is an ochre. It's a really nice, vibrant yellow.
Okay.
That one's a really nice blue. It's
beautiful.
It's a very coastal color. This one, very, very coastal,
isn't it?
And then this one is one I made up last week. It's a nice green, so you pick whichever color you want.
I think we need to do the one you made last week. I think this is actually something I see people really wanting. So so let's try the green if that's okay.
All right. So what we'll do is we've distressed the door. These are our doors. It's a brand new door.
So you made this door, you put it together, and you've already distressed it.
We started distressing it.
So explain the distressing when you're...
So distressing is when we age the door.
Okay.
We age it at the beginning, so we make gouges, chunks out of it. So we use files, we use chisels, we use this little tool here. This is really cool. So this is
like a paddle. I'm just trying to explain it. And it has nails through it. And so you just, is that what you do? You just whack it?
Beat it there.
So you just
go around the edge.
Selective spots, as you said.
Yeah, wherever you want, like wherever you think the wormholes are going to be.
The wormholes.
Wormholes. So this will mimic little wood worms in the wood.
Okay, wormholes.
So old pieces of wood have dried out, you know, and stuff like that. So we'll,
I love listening to you talk.
Yeah, so off you go.
Okay, so can I do it in the corner?
Anywhere you want. This side I distressed, and this side I left.
So you
just to show you. No, you can do it. You can do it. It's just to show you that it is a new door.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then, so we're here. We'll help you out with that. So we get our chisel.
Oh, okay. There you go. So you're chiseling. So you're just taking and scraping.
Just,
and it's so simple.
That's pretty much it, right?
Okay.
So the file, what we do with this is we create a crack. It makes it look like a crack in the door. So
I have to see that.
We'll start like this.
So what Darragh's doing is he's actually filing, just like you would your nails, but he's taking it from the edge of the door, and he's actually filing a line through, so it looks like it's a beautiful
looks like it's crack. Yeah. In the door.
I never knew I would actually say the crack. It's beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah,
well, that means fun in Ireland. Crack, right? You know. So how's the crack? We did a crack, so we'll do a couple of wormholes around it just to make it look real, right? And so we can start staining.
We're using the walnut stain, which we had the beautiful opportunity to consume.
Yeah.
And it doesn't taste half bad, I got to tell you.
No.
So what do you do now? You've already made it up.
We've made it up, so now we just off we go and we stain. So it's a hard stain to use in the sense that you can't. It dries very fast, and you can't really go over where you went. It dries a lot lighter than it goes on. So,
oh, look at that. And it's a bubbly effect a little bit, I noticed when it goes on.
It'll flatten out.
Okay.
Flatten itself out.
So now, when we're talking stain, is it one of those things that you want to kind of apply off of the brush and get it until it's almost dry? In other words, get it soaked in before you get your brush in and dip it again?
No, you want to keep a wet edge. It is a very hard stain to use. Do you want to try it and give it a shot?
I would love to try. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
So,
all right, so I'm
just doing it,
grabbing that. No, this is what you do. So I've got the paintbrush, everybody, and all I'm doing, and it's okay if I do the edge?
Yeah, yeah.
And you just want to make sure that you don't have lumps of it left anywhere. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'll dry out, but I guess what I'm saying is if you left that and came over to this side and went back to it, you'd be left with streaks.
So it's a good idea to finish the...
so you see the wormholes that you created?
I do, and I love
They start to jump out
at
you.
Look at that, it's beautiful. So this first application of stain, like the walnut stain, I mean, do people ever just keep it this color?
Oh yeah,
like this?
yeah,
this is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, we do. We'll often blend it, like in the middle of a kitchen. Like you've seen our kitchens, and they're not like a regular kitchen. They're built in. So we could have, we'll say, cream cabinets, and the stove could be a stove top, and that could be reclaimed hemlock or maple piece that's stained, or the range hood, or a lot of vanities we do stained, and then it has to be sealed properly, or the stain runs when you put a finish on it, so you'll get streaks all over the place.
Now, Darragh, is there any drying component? Like, do you use anything to dry it faster?
Yeah, use a heat gun.
You do use
heat
gun. Okay, gotcha.
So,
all right.
Because it's just water, right? You can turn it on and.
Look at that. Yeah. So is it certain distance?
No, you can get right into it. It's just nice and hot.
Okay.
And off you go, and just.
So just like a hairdryer.
You won't burn it.
Yeah.
With this. Yeah. There you go. We'll do the doors. The frame has to match the door. The level of distressing has to match it. And then by the time, if it's a clean finish, how it's painted and sanded. This paint, by the time it's done, is literally like a concrete, and I'll show you how durable it is with the wire brush once we have it all dried up and stuff.
We have dried the door with a heat gun. Now what?
Now we're going to shellac it. This blonde shellac has to be refrigerated.
Okay.
So I made this a couple of months ago. It's got a month left.
So typically a shellac that you make is how many months?
3 months.
3 months. Okay, Darragh, so you're now in the blonde shellac.
Yes.
Putting the paintbrush in, and here we go. You're going to do the same magic.
That's right.
It comes in, this is clear now.
This is clear, and that's why you use the blonde shellac, is it doesn't
change the look.
It doesn't change the color at all. It's
and then the next step you do is you have something that looks very secretive.
Yeah,
it's in a tub, and you haven't labeled it or anything. So
no, we kind of.
So that is a top secret. That is your special recipe, your special part of the finish.
It's part of the distressing.
So we are just going to let you do that, and we won't film it, and we won't talk about it.
That's
but there is your third step process.
It's a nice color, isn't it?
It's beautiful. Like that's my point. Just that. So now it's time to put the paint on.
It's time to put the paint. Yeah, it penetrates into the wood. It's a clay and a lime, protein and pigment based paint. So once it's on, it's on. It's not like normal paint.
Okay, so now paintbrush is in the jar, mason jar. Beautiful green color. And is there any trick in how you're applying this now?
No, just nice even strokes on it. I have to sand it hard to take it off, but it sands nice and smooth. We're going to make this look a little older than the other side.
Okay, because of your third step.
Because of the third step. And it's the look too.
Right.
The look is nice.
So just so everybody understands, I mean, you're applying this with pretty good thickness.
Yeah.
And more importantly, though, it's amazing how fast it's soaking in. This is just my observation. The color is intense in other areas, and of course not so much in certain. So it's almost like it's being repelled. One half of the door is repelling more than the other half. So that's obviously your third part process coming into play here. And certainly the part that you did your third part process looks way more aged than the other half of the door, significantly.
Yeah, and you'll see it'll just walk off, fall right off the door where we want it to fall off. So.
I'm liking this color too.
It's a lovely color, yeah. Now we'll dry. We're going to use the heat gun to dry it.
Okay.
And we can. So, and this dries pretty fast, so you can see it.
Yeah.
So this would take several coats.
So Darragh, now we've painted the door, and you've got the one half different than the other. So now what do you do?
Now we're going to distress it. So we'll take it off with the wire brush. A lot of places use sandpaper. To use sandpaper, they'll break the layer of the paint. But this paint, is, like we mentioned, is like concrete. and you'll scratch it, but you won't take the paint off.
Wow, okay, well,
unless we take it off where we want to do it.
All right, how do you do it?
So basically you're just gonna rub it.
You just look and see what feels right?
You do, and the piece, like this is an individual door, but this door would have to match a frame that it's going with and stuff.
The other doors. So. Okay, and then once you distress it, then what do you do?
We'll oil it.
Oil it?
Yeah, so the oil is several coats of oil. We'll put the oil on. It's a mixture of tongue oil, hemp oil, linseed oil, sugar.
All natural again?
All natural again. Citrus.
Wow.
We do one for countertops that's food safe, 100% food safe, and it actually kills the bacteria.
Okay, Darragh, so now final application here. We've got the oil.
The oil, yeah.
And any ways in which you're supposed to apply this?
No, we just get it on there.
Okay.
Just like we did with the shellac, you can do.
So it's clear again?
It's a clear oil, yeah.
And it goes on smooth, nice and easy.
Smooth, yeah.
And no need to worry about direction, but you just want to make sure you cover the whole door.
We're going to leave this oil on for about 15-20 minutes, let it soak in, and then we buff it out. So what we're doing when we're doing that is we're pushing the oil into the wood. So it's going down inside, and then the next coat on top, and we just several coats of that, and we keep building them up as we go. This is actually the actual finish that we build up the layers of oil on it.
So what's important here is this is the side, the line, which is showing it's still wet, of course, with the oil.
We'll wipe it off now. We can
let's
wipe it and make it look.
Oh, there we go. So certainly you can see the difference between one side looking a lot more aged, compared to the side, and that's because you put that special technique of yours to really help to make this half of the door look a lot older. Yeah. All right, I have to tell you, I'm not one for saying that I love staining and painting, but if this is what it's all about and doing it with you, this was so much fun. And I know our viewers and listeners out there are certainly going to feel the same way. So again, remind everybody how they can reach out to you. You
can get us at thomasjamescabinetry.com, and it was fun. Aaron, it's lots of fun, and you're more than welcome to come up to the shop and have fun with us. And I know you're only across the lake from us.
That's right.
We hope to see you over the summer.
Absolutely. So we're going to do that, everybody. We're going to actually come and see the location. We'll capture that. But more importantly, Darragh, I think we're also going to capture different processes. Yeah. So the crackling and what else do you call them? Yeah, we do a crackle where we use sap for that. There's lots. There's so many different things we do. I mean, we could be here all day doing it. It's like a kid in a candy shop. I'm in my element. Thank you so much. Had so much fun. And everybody, again, if you want to find out more about this talented individual, I mean, Darragh is unbelievable. And your wife, Alicia. Yeah, she's great. Make sure you visit. What's the website? thomasjamescabinetry.com. And if you want more information about Darragh and his work, and if you have a question for him, you have to reach out to us, realestatetalkshow.ca, or you can call our help desk anytime at 844-ASK-RETS. That's 844-ASK-RETS.